Hello everyone, welcome to Rockstar Gaming. My name is Eric. Today we're going to be taking a look at yet another expansion for Marvel United X-Men. So throw in your backpack and grab your syllabus because today we're going to be hanging out with the first class. That is right, we're going to be hanging out with the original students of Professor Xavier, the original 5 X-Men, despite what movies tell you. This was the technically second. It was the first one announced throughout the campaign, but it was technically the second expansion announced overall for Marvel United X-Men. It's also the first expansion that doubled technically 6 of the 7 characters in the game. It's the first time we got really doubles of characters, I believe, looking at all the different expansions for Marvel United 1 and going into Marvel United 2. In this one, we do have the original 5 X-Men, so Cyclops, Marvel Girl, Beast, Angel, and Iceman, along with evil versions of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch were in the original Marvel United campaign as their heroic versions. So we've got that going on. So now we have evil versions of them. Cyclops, Marvel Girl, and Beast have versions in the X-Men core box where they have like their 90s costumes and everything on, their status quo and everything for that. And then technically, Angel has a double already at this point in the campaign with the fact that Death was announced for the Horsemen of Apocalypse expansion. So at this point, when this was announced, the only person who didn't have a double was Iceman, but he and Warren eventually got doubles of their 90s versions of their characters in Gold Team box. I was going to say Stretch Gold box, but it was the Gold Team box. Now that that entire history lesson for this box is over, let's go ahead and take a look at it right here. So this is X-Men First Class. We've got the original 5 X-Men here, the way they looked back in 1963. We've got Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. They're pre-Avengers when they were working for the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. That's why they also, we haven't seen it yet on the channel, but it's also why I believe they are both in Magneto's threat deck. I have to double check on that because I'm trying to remember right now. Maybe I'm wrong. But this is the back of the box showing everything that we are getting in a time where mutants were first coming into the light. Charles Xavier gathered the most promising of these outcasts and created the first class of his special school for gifted youngsters. Through much hardship and excruciating training, these youngsters were shaped into the first team of mutant heroes, the X-Men. Their training is about to be put to the test against the combined powers of the Maximoff twins. So there we go. Here is the entire components list, a little bit more about what the expansion brings. 1 to 4 players, 14 and up to join Xavier's school. I don't make the rules nor the syllabus. We're going to go ahead and open this up. Now, I'm going to open this up, and my dog might bark because people are mowing the yard outside, and she tends to not like that. But the other thing I'm going to note on here, like all the other expansions for the Marvel United X-Men, is that I have already opened the boxes, played through some of the expansions. Others I've been just checking for damage when I first got them. I've had the game for about 2 years or so, so it's bound to be open already. But I opened up all of Marvel United 1 and never really did the same thing with this. I want to get all this stuff done and shown off before Multiverse came out. Here is our leaflet going over, again, the premise of this expansion. Welcome to the School for Gifted Youngsters right there. This is just a single piece of paper, not folded, anything like that. We do have our components list for our characters, our hero cards, training cards, the villain dashboard, 12 master plan cards, 6 threat cards, a challenge card, 3 frozen tokens for Iceman, 3 new locations, and 1 danger room. This goes over the danger room challenge, and this over here goes over what to do with the training cards. Again, we have not used this in the game yet during our playthroughs. If you would like to see us take on the Maximoff twins using the first class, let me know down below in the comments if you'd be interested in that or not. Also, I had the weird idea of using the first class characters to fight against Magneto when we do that on the channel, hopefully here soon. Some of the guys did not want to do that. They wanted to use the versions of the characters in the core box. I thought it'd be fun to do, but let me know down below if you'd be interested in that as well. Again, we do have the locations right here. We also do have the thicker cardboard locations that we also use as well. I'll go over that next here, but let's go ahead and take these out. And we have our 3 locations. So we have Island M, which was Magneto's base, I believe. End of turn, you may discard 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck to gain 1 wild token. So there is Island M right there. All of them with the first class logo on the back. Cape Citadel right there. I believe that's the first place where the X-Men fought Magneto. Pretty sure both in the comic and the animated series. End of turn, if there are any civilians in this location, you may deal 1 damage to a thug or henchman in this or adjacent location. And then finally we've got Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. End of turn, another hero in this location may either draw cards until they have 3 in hand or gain 1 movement, heroic, or punch token right there. So those are the 3 main locations that came with this one. But then we also have this other location right here that states it is the Danger Room. On the back of it, it says alternate, end of turn, gain 1 training card. We'll go into what the training cards look like in a minute, but basically you're going to place this card like this. I believe it goes on to... Yeah, it goes where the hero's starting location goes. So you do have to metagame a little bit. On the channel, we sometimes, I think only one of us technically metagames, but most of the time when we're choosing locations for the game, we just start wherever, for the most part. With that location right there, you would have to almost, if you were going to metagame it, you'd have to put it someplace where you didn't really necessarily care about the location or, or something. You'd probably have to figure out the best place to put this, which then would also cause you to have to find the best place to start the game at. So there is that. We're going to go ahead now. You can see my cards are falling out of here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch's combined card. Now, this is also one of the first, I believe, examples of a villain as far as these unboxings go and the videos we've shown and the gameplays we've shown of 2 different villains being on the board at the same time. So again, there is their special setup on the back with their supervillain mode tokens on the side right there. And then this is going to be their special rules. They do have separate health, and I believe they have to both be defeated in order for to win, meaning that you can, like I said, the heroes only win if both are defeated. So one still plays while, even though it might not have health. So there you go. But both twins have their own BAM effect, and then they have their overflow effect right there. So that is pretty cool right there. Interesting challenge. Toad, Blob, and Pyro also during the course of the X-Men game also are another combined fight where I believe you fight all 3 of them at the same time. I really feel like after Sinister Six mode was so popular with Marvel United 1 that they wanted to try to incorporate any aspect of doing like a mini Sinister Six modes and stuff like that into the game as they could. So that is where we got all of that from. So we do have our big giant pile of cards right here, and when we talked about threat card or training cards, sorry, we do have this smaller deck right here of the training cards. So that is what we get with the Danger Room. We'll take a look at that in a second. I'm going to move these tokens right here, or there's, yeah, tokens, figures, whatever. These are going to be the tokens that come with Iceman. Again, haven't punched them out yet because I do have the plastic versions available to me right there. So we're going to keep those there. And then we're going to take a look at the cards that we do have. So let's go ahead and take out the Maximoff twins right here. So they have a good number of threats. As we flip through, some of them are normal as far as only needing 3 heroic actions to take out. So there is the sibling bond card right there. However, it does look like when you get to Troubled Loyalty, when the threat is cleared, delay the next villain turn by 1 card. That one does require 4 heroic actions, and I believe, yeah, so 4 of these 6, so 2/3 of the threat cards require 4 heroic actions, whereas the other 2 require 3. So that is going to be that right there. And then the Maximoff twins, again with their combined deck on the back. And yes, Quicksilver was green when he first premiered. But we do have here most of their cards are going to be like this, with Wanda moving and Quicksilver moving, and then both of them doing their BAM effects, and then placing the thugs, civilians, whatnot have you, on the bottom. And then most of these involve Quicksilver, looks like landing on a zone kind of thing, or no, that's what it is. The thugs get laid out, I believe, by Quicksilver. Yeah, thugs and civilians are added based on Quicksilver's location. That's why they give you that differentiation in the thing right there. So thugs and civilians don't go on Wanda's square. So there's all that, and then we do have 2 specific cards for Scarlet Witch with reality warping, and then we have superhuman speed cards here for Quicksilver right there, which is unique to him. And let's go take a look at Wanda right here. So reality warping right there. So with that, I don't think there is necessarily a way to play these cards without being paired. I think you're always going to have to do that, unfortunately, but such is life. Anyway, so we've got Angel there, Beast, we've got Iceman, we've got Jean Grey, and we've got Cyclops. We've got the 5 original students of Professor Charles Xavier. Cool thing is on their card, oh, that's the challenge right there. Cool thing is it does differentiate, so you can't really mix the cards up. It does differentiate right there. That Cyclops is first class. It does it for all of them except for Jean Grey, because she's listed as Marvel Girl here on this card, whereas in her core box card she is listed as Jean Grey. So there is that. Cyclops is going to, in his deck, have a couple of optic blasts right there. And then he is going to have his precision blast right there. 2 copies each of that. So that's what's going to be what is in Cyclops's deck right there. Marvel Girl has 4 of the same card, so I'm not going to hold all of them up, except for they do have all different artwork. But she is going to have 4, looks like telekinesis cards that she can put a heroic action or punch in your or an adjacent location. So these cards are going to work a lot differently than their main counterparts in the core game and whatever expansions they are in. I have considered doing some kind of like comparison videos with different characters that do have multiples, seeing as how we're going to have multiple Peter Parkers, we have multiple Wolverines, multiple Cyclopses of the first class characters, all that kind of stuff. So it'd be something you're interested in, let me know, because again, just that way you kind of know what version of what character to play as. Be pretty cool. Iceman's got a couple of freezes right there, and then he does have 2 ice slides right over there. There he is in his little boots. Pretty cool. And then let's go ahead and go with Beast with his specials here. Brilliant Student, 2 copies of that. And then his Star Athlete. They are a little different. One is punching, one is heroic actioning right there. I did show this box to my son recently after having introduced him to the X-Men animated series, and he was trying to figure out why Beast looks so different. Angel's got Worthington Industries resources right here, so there is that card right there, both giving him double movement, and then he's got Attack from Above, which unfortunately does not give any tokens to the character next in line behind him, so that is going to be a little bit of a bummer right there for whoever's doing that. There's that. And then we're going to take a look at the training cards and then going into the figures themselves. So these are the training cards. There's 2 different kinds. There is discard and permanent right there. Example here of a discard card right there. And permanent card right there. And again, training cards do come from the Danger Room alternate end of turn card, where you gain 1 training card at the end of the turn. So that is where that comes from there. So and then there's a whole Danger Room challenge right there. So that is all the documentation, cards, whatnot, everything written down for the game. Next, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the actual characters. So first, we're going to go ahead and take a look here at the Scarlet Witch. So there you go with that one, looking a little bit different than her Marvel United 1 counterpart. There is Quicksilver right there. And then we've got Cyclops First Class right there. And then we're going to have, looks like Jean Grey, Marvel Girl First Class. There. And then we've got Beast right here, his first class version. And then we've got, we're going to skip one, but then we've got Iceman first class. And then last but not least, we've got Angel. Once again, first class version of Angel. Technically, I believe, actually I have to go back and look. Did it say Angel? Yeah, it just said Angel on his card. Didn't realize that. Just says Angel on his card. I, for some reason, misspoke earlier and said it probably said first class, but I realized he's not Angel. Well, he probably is now, but the figure we have is Archangel, not Angel. With that said, that is everything in the Marvel United X-Men First Class expansion pack. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning into this one. If you are interested to see the rest of them, because there were quite a few of them, let me know down below in the comments. If there are any of these that you want us to see showcase on the channel as far as a gameplay goes, please let me know that on the channel. We'll probably eventually get to at least doing one round of each expansion, because it's what we did for Marvel United 1. But let me know what you guys think about that down below in the comments. If you guys want to know when all that stuff is coming out, make sure you hit that notification bell. And then also subscribe to the channel, because that would very much help us out here. And with that said, I am Eric. This has been Rockshire Gaming. This has been X-Men United, Marvel United X-Men First Class. And I thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.